Welcome to our demo of the social media monitoring toolchain. We will walk you through the usual workflow of gathering and analyzing data using our tool. Before we start harvesting data, we want to set up our account information. This way, we can associate API keys for the various media platforms to our profile. Note that we only need to do this once, as the platform will remember all keys from then on. To do so, we navigate to the profile page. As you can see, we only have keys configured for YouTube. As we would like to harvest some tweets, we need to register our Twitter API keys. We can find these by logging into Twitter and accessing the API keys page. A Twitter key consists of 4 parts. By filling these in and hitting Add API Key, the tool will remember our keys. We are now ready to start harvesting data from Twitter. A group of social media data is called a collection. To create a new collection, we navigate to the collection management page. On the left-hand side, we can find all operations we can perform. We now hit Add New Collection to define a new collection. As you can see, adding new collections is done through a wizard interface. In this first step, we select the social media platform we want to use. In our case, this is Twitter. The tool now asks us what data we want to grab from Twitter. We will use the stream. This allows us to harvest tweets in real time, while people are posting them. We now hit Next Step to move on. We are not interested in all data of Twitter, but only a select group. Let's harvest tweets about media. To do so, we activate the keyword filter by clicking the Enable box. As our keyword, we enter media. We will leave all other filters deactivated for this simple example. Note that any combination of filters can be used if you are looking for a very specific set of data. Proceeding to the next step, we see the wizard shows us a lot of fields. These represent all the fields we can store of the data matching our filter. We are only interested in the tweet content, tweet date, username and user location. We check these 4 boxes to tell the tool to discard other fields, as they are irrelevant to us. We now define the scheduling of data harvesting. Due to bandwidth and load constraints, social media don't allow us to harvest an unlimited amount of data in one go. They have constraints on the amount of data we can grab in a certain time span. The message on top of this page gives us a good indication of how to schedule our harvesting. Let's choose to harvest 1,000 tweets every hour for a total of 2,000 tweets. Usually, we'll want to harvest way bigger collections of data and spread the harvesting across a longer time span. But for this demo, we'll look at a smaller collection. We will leave the start time as it is, so the tool will start harvesting data right away. Finally, we will give our collection a name and a description. We now click Next Step and the platform will start gathering data. To get some insight in how harvesting is scheduled, let's look at the harvesting schedule page. Here we can see the harvesting sessions that still need to be done. By clicking on one of them, we can view some additional information, as well as cancel or postpone the session. The bar on the right is a graphical representation of the progress created by the harvesting session. We now wait for the system to harvest data. We've now waited 20 minutes. As we can see, half of the scheduled harvesting sessions have been executed. By clicking the collection name, we can navigate to our collection. As you can see, it says it is 50% complete. We can already view collections while they are still being completed. Let's wait for all harvesting to be done. We're back on the collection management page. Here we can see our collection and it shows it is 100% complete. We can view additional details on collections by clicking their bar. Let's look at our collection by clicking its name. By clicking Search Collection, we can explore the contents of our collection. Using the query form on top of the page, we can specify what data we want to look for. We can enter search strings for every field we harvested, and choose whether we want data containing all strings in the query or either of the query strings for a specific field. Let's look for tweets containing the word social or tool by specifying them in the tweet field and setting the operator to OR. By leaving the other fields empty, we will only search by tweet content. Hitting Perform Search leads us to the results. We can browse through them by clicking specific pages and selecting how many items we want to show per page. To wrap up this demo, we will perform some processing on our collection. To do so, we navigate to its page and choose Process by Web Service. A web service is a server with software on it to process a collection. They are the building blocks of our pipelines approach. We can select one of the predefined web services or specify a different one through its URL. We'll use the export service in this demo. After choosing a web service, we need to map the fields of our collection to the inputs of the web service. Some services, like sentiment analysis, will require a specific mapping of fields, while others might require no mapping, or just a selection of an arbitrary number of columns. Export service is an example of the latter. We can choose which collection fields we want to export in what order. If we don't want to export some collection fields, we can leave these columns set to None. We want to export all 4 fields of our collection, so we set every column to a different collection field. By clicking Perform Processing, our tool will send the required fields of the collection to the web service, along with the mapping to its input fields. As you can see, the web service replies with a link where we can view the results of processing. This concludes our walkthrough of the most important features of the social media monitoring toolchain. For more information on using and developing the platform, you can look at the help sections at the bottom of the page. Thanks for using our platform.